Good morning, Eagles. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Josh.
Today we're seeing what outside sports students are involved in, some weird fears people have, and we're taking a deeper dive into cheer.
It's all happening here
on TCNN.
You're listening to Redneck.
Student athletes participate in sports on a daily basis, but others are involved in sports outside of school.
There are many athletes at Tri-City, but unfortunately, not all of them get the recognition they deserve. Some students participate in sports that Tri-City doesn't offer.
So outside of school, I play rugby with the club Tri-City Thunder Rugby. It's based in Oceanside, and this summer will be my third year of playing it. I absolutely love it. My brother started playing it a couple years ago, so when I went to see his games, I just thought it looked like so much fun. And so then I tried it the next season, and it was outstanding. Great coaches, great girls, just a great rugby atmosphere, and the sport itself is just so much fun to play.
The sport I play outside of school is dance. I first started dancing when I was about 2 years old. My mom just kind of put me in there, and I just enjoyed it and have been doing it ever since. First of all, there's not necessarily any games that we have to go to, so that's different. And I dance almost every single day, including the weekends, which doesn't happen here, I don't think.
I am now doing karate. I started off as a elementary student, kindergarten, 6 years old. It makes me think more critically, and above all, it kind of makes me defend myself in different situations, no matter where am I or what am I doing.
As you can see, there's plenty of diversity in the sports that people participate in the school. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Carlos.
And now we have Luke with your announcements.
Hello, Tri-City. For this week's announcements, we have a short list with Skaties this Saturday. So if you bought tickets, make sure you go to that because it'll be a great and fun event. Now, after that, next week, we have our winter break, and it is Monday through Thursday is the typical work week, and then we'll have Friday off and Monday off. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Luke. Can't wait for our break.
Today we brought in Coach Bickley to see how the varsity boys basketball season's going.
Coach Bickley asked me a few questions about the varsity season. So, Coach, what has been your favorite memory from this season so far?
It's been exciting and a lot of fun this year with the group of guys that we have. We played a tough schedule so far, and probably the greatest memory was being able to make it to the championship game in our holiday tournament and taking second there.
Okay. What is your goal for this team in playoffs?
Well, we're looking forward. We're in Division III and been between 6 and 7 seed, and I think when we get to playoffs that we should get a home game, first game, and then we look to compete for that championship.
Awesome. Best of luck to you guys. Make sure to come out and support. Bye, Eagles.
Varsity basketball has put in the hard work to earn a good chance in playoffs.
Weird fears are something people don't normally share about. Hearing about other people's fears can help calm your own fears.
Everyone here on campus is unique, and each person has their own fear. However, some are strange.
A weird fear that I have is squiggly things, like squiggly lines, because they remind me of snakes and spiders. I've always been scared of spiders, just because they can crawl under your skin and bite you.
I discovered it on a trip, a forensic science trip home from Big Bear. We were up there with Mr. Colpe, and I was driving 3 students in my back seat. Miss Beaumont was my co-pilot, and I saw a huge overpass up ahead, and I physically could not go over it. I started sweating profusely, almost crying. I had to pull over on the freeway, and she was the excellent BFF, and her and I traded seats. She drove over the overpass and rescued all of us.
A weird fear/phobia that I have is I always have to have the TV number on an odd number. It can never be even. So I'll always change it on the TV. The reason for that is I like odd numbers. I don't like even.
Despite our differences and weird fears that we may have, we're all united as a campus in Christ. Back to you guys.
Well, those are fears I have, but I'm afraid of reading. What about you, Zep?
I'm afraid of vomiting.
Oh, man.
Well, our next story takes a look at the hard work that goes into being on the cheerleading team.
Here's Katie with that story.
Cheerleading is the longest season here at Tri-City. A lot more goes into it than what people think.
Yes, I think cheer is a sport because it really tests like your physical strength and endurance. Like it combines like dance and gymnastics, and those two things by themselves are sports, and you're lifting people in the air, which in most other sports that doesn't happen, so I think it is a sport.
I do think cheer is a sport because the common definition of a sport is an activity involving physical exercise in which an individual or team competes, usually for the entertainment of others. And so cheerleaders clearly exert themselves physically. Since they get hurt so much, we know that it's very physically demanding. You guys do compete, and the third reason is for the entertainment of others. That's pretty much the whole reason for cheerleaders. They're there to get the fans pepped up and things like that. So because all three of those things are things that cheerleaders do, cheerleading is clearly a sport.
I do believe cheer is a sport because they're so committed to their sport as athletes, they can go do their own competitions and support the football team. One huge example is actually, I'm the coach for the football team, and I've noticed they provide such a huge support to us when they're on the sidelines, and they help us with our sport, and they also compete in their own sport, making them tier of athletes in their own league. Thank you very much.
No matter your opinion, our cheerleaders put in a lot of work, and our program is centered around Christ. Back to you guys.
Congratulations to the junior high and high school cheer teams who both won first place at the FCC competition this past weekend.
Well, that's all we have for you guys this week. We'll see you next time
on TCNN.